In a sleepy town near Boston, a spark ignites the flame of revolution in what comes to be known as the shot heard round the world. On April 19th, 1775, the first shots of the American Revolutionary War are fired at Lexington. Tensions between England and its North American colonies have been building since the end of the French and Indian War. Boston is at the center of the action, with the Boston Massacre in 1770 and the Boston Tea Party in 1773. General Thomas Gage, appointed by the king as military governor of Massachusetts, seeks to stop the rebellion before it can really start. Gage's spies have informed him that the colonial militias have stockpiled munitions in Concord, about 16 miles west of Boston. Gage also hopes to capture colonial agitators John Hancock and Samuel Adams, who are hiding in the area. Gage covertly dispatches 700 British soldiers from Boston. Shots are fired at Lexington, about halfway between Boston and Concord. Coming up, we'll learn more about the Battle of Lexington and its aftermath. I'll also explain what 1 if by land and 2 if by sea even means. Don't forget to check out Today in History in my Teachers Pay Teachers store. There's a link in the description. So before the British troops leave Boston, Patriot spies have been informed of the basics of the plan. The most important detail they don't know is the exact route the British soldiers will take to Concord. This brings us to the famous line from the Longfellow poem about the event. That line, of course, 1 if by land and 2 if by sea. Okay, well, here's what it means. Will they leave by Boston by land, along the narrow isthmus that connects the city to the rest of Massachusetts, thus using the southern road through Watertown? Or will they use rowboats, which will put them on the northern road through Lexington? Once the troops' movements make it clear, 2 lanterns are hung in the Old North Church to indicate that the sea route, and thus the northern road, will be used. Riders like Paul Revere alert the countryside. The British regulars slowly work their way along the narrow road. Halfway between Boston and Concord, an armed militia, led by farmer and French and Indian War veteran John Parker, hope to halt, or at least delay, the British at the town of Lexington. As the sun rises, an advanced column of 400 British light infantry faces off against Parker's force of just 77 militiamen on Lexington Green. A shot rings out, but no one knows for sure who fires first. That moment goes down in history as the shot heard round the world. The Lexington militia is no match for this larger, highly trained British force. 8 colonists are killed, and the colonials disperse. One of the wounded militiamen is enslaved black man Prince Estabrook. This small skirmish in Lexington ignites a revolution that changes the course of history. The American Revolutionary War has begun. The British troops continue on to Concord, where they fail to find the colonial munitions and are also unable to track down John Hancock and Samuel Adams. By the afternoon, 4,000 Minutemen have gathered in and around Concord. More fighting ensues, and the British are forced to return to Boston empty-handed. As for John Parker, who led the militia at Lexington, he sees his cousin Jonas Parker killed that morning by a British bayonet. That afternoon, he and his men rally, however, and attack British soldiers on the road back to Boston in an ambush known as Parker's Revenge. John Parker dies 5 months later of tuberculosis at age 46, 10 months before the colonies declare independence. I'd love to hear from you. What did you find most interesting about the Battle of Lexington? Let me know in the comments. Also, please be sure to like and subscribe, and know that you can see some other great Mr. Lewis videos right here about the American Revolution. And there's another great Mr. Lewis video right here. Thanks for watching.